Hi, and welcome to the Hicks Homestead YouTube channel. This is not the video that I was planning to make today. I had moved the Pecron inside the house. I know it's Pecron, but I say Pecron. But I moved it inside the house, and I had every plan of doing a review video today on it after it has served me so well living off-grid in my camper for 6 months. I've had some issues with it tripping offline every once in a while. I've had a couple of inverter failures, messages that I was able to reset. But yesterday I decided, since I haven't made a video about the Pecron in forever, I decided to bring it inside, get it all set up, run this air conditioner on it, which it ran yesterday from 4 p.m. to about 1:30 this morning, just fine. Cycling on and off, no issues, ran perfect. Today I decided, yes, this is temporary. I brought my solar panels out, and before, when I was doing the off-grid thing, because the panels where I had to have them set, I did 2 separate strings. So this group of 3 panels here was wired in series going to one of the inputs, and then this group of panels over here was wired in a series going to the other input. So today I decided to do something a little different, which was the intent of the video, and I'll demonstrate that here in a second. I'm almost to solar noon, not quite, but it should be good. Instead of having 2 leads coming into the house, or 4 leads coming into the house, I only have 2. And those are just temporarily run through the window. And in here, my old setup was this right here. I had this short cord was close to the box that I had the inverter charger in, and then I needed to add more power because it just wasn't charging as fast enough, because 3 solar panels at 400 watts only does so much. So I was able to use a power cord, and I noticed something interesting. In spite of the shorter cord being 10 gauge and the power cord being 14 gauge, there really wasn't a noticeable difference in charging. And it could be just because it was that short and the amps never really got above 10 at any point in time Anyway, I digress. Moving on to the current issue, we're going to go ahead and turn this thing on. And nothing is plugged in. Should click and fail here at some point, because I've gone through the reset and I just turned it off. Maybe it's decided to remedy itself. Who knows? Let's plug this light in and see if I can get it to... So yeah, that light did not come on. So now we'll turn it on with the light plugged in. Usually it clicks and then says inverter failure, and it's not doing that. But it's also not outputting any power. Okay. And double check, I know the light's on. Yep, light is on. So no output. So let's go into the menu here and go into the alarm record. It shows the oldest ones first. So I've had overload, there it goes. It just realized it had a failure. So there it is. So see it scrolling across the top of the screen? Now, if this happens with yours, the reset thing is to plug it into an AC power source and wait a minute. Hold this button down for a minute and it'll reset. I was able to get it reset last night. I tried starting it again. This air conditioner ran for about a half hour and then it failed again. And I have been unable to reset this. And if I scroll down and go all the way to the bottom, you can see how many times this thing has short-circuited. So I reached out to Pecron support and sent them a message. I think it just needs to be replaced at this point. It's difficult messing with it. This thing shouldn't be that difficult. But anyway, it's an honest review. It did work very well for me off-grid for 6 months. Now I'm not able to use it. I believe something on board finally failed. One of my first videos I showed on the power cable, which is this right here. So there's nothing in there, and somebody complained because I had this kilowatt meter plugged in one of my first videos about this power station. But we're going to do a quick test right now. And yes, I'm sorry I'm holding my cell phone, but raw, unfiltered, I believe that's the best way to go. So if I take and I put this in DC mode, I don't know if it's going to do it because the inverter outputs failed, but this is actually the input, so it shouldn't have anything to do with the output. So if I put this on here and come around and put that on there, and I noticed that when I was touching it one time, I got shocked and there was voltage spitting out. And now that's not the case. I have 0 voltage. Of course, that cable's curled just the right way. So it's still 0. I'll go back to AC. And on AC, I'm showing nothing. That's how it's supposed to go. But previously, it was showing about 48 volts on there. I don't know if that has anything to do with the cause of failure. But I was going to do a test of the parallel solar input. So let's go here and make sure that we are lined up for solar input. There's still room in the batteries for it to charge. Host is at 94, lowest battery is at 85. And let's go to system settings. Okay, that's all still good. Input and output settings. So right now, it's in paralleling. It's where it's supposed to be. And back out of that. And we'll go to this screen. So you see the little chain link there. That's telling you that each of these are parallel together. And I was kind of concerned when I first did it this morning because only this side was showing anything. And it got up just over 1,080 watts. And then this one started taking some of the load. So all I've got to do is plug this in. So let's get this plugged in. All right. I'll see it ramp up. So the open circuit voltage will drop and then it will start charging. And I haven't seen anybody do this test on the internet, so. I'm also at the mercy of clouds. We are pretty close to solar noon. There we go. So now this one's taking some of the load as well. It's really dependent on what the sun's doing. There we are. Now we're at 1300 watts. So the max input on one of these is only 1200 watts. So it's splitting between the two. Now you can see we're ramping up to 1400 watts. And the solar panels that are on here are 400 watt bifacial panels, and I have 6 of them. I've noticed that I'm only realistically getting out of each panel a little over 300 watts, which is expected. I thought I'd be closer to 2000 watts, but we're not actually at solar noon yet. But as you can see, that is how the paralleling function on this works. Just unfortunate with the inverter failure. So I will give you guys another update and let you know what the resolution with Pecron is. And if they come through and they replace this unit, I'm really considering buying a second E3600LFP and the double voltage hub, the 240 volt hub, as a primary power source for a power outage with a hurricane, with my generator supporting as needed. With the soft start on my outdoor air conditioner, I can run my 3.5 ton air conditioner on my generator. The startup inrush is only about 26 amps on 240. So it would be half of that, about 13 amps startup, with this carrying 120 volts and a second one carrying 120 volts. So it should start that up fine. Not expecting it to run the heat strips. I'm not expecting it to run my stove, possibly my dryer. But main thing is lights, refrigerators, and air conditioning during the summer after a hurricane are critical things. And if I need to run bigger loads, that's what I have a generator for. So anyway, thanks for watching. Leave a comment, like, and share, and hopefully I can get some more content uploaded. Soon as I get a new computer, because my other computer decided it didn't want to participate anymore, I will have video editing so I can shoot this with my GoPro cameras and other stuff and make it more entertaining than just a cell phone. But anyway, thanks for watching.